But I want to welcome everybody to my channel, The Candy Shop. I am so excited. The Candy Shop. So this is my story time, The Candy Shop. Hello, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started and add the ladies. Welcome to Ladies Night. I am Candace. I'm going to allow all of my guests to introduce themselves, starting with Hannah to, I guess, my left or right. So go ahead, Hannah.
I'm Hannah. Y'all know I'm new. It's like, no, y'all see me every week. Good to be back another week.
Glad to have you back. And then Shakita or Kita, go ahead.
Kita, and she said, "Hi guys."
Nice to have you. I used to work with Kita, but now we turn up all the time we meet.
God.
So there's no work
we
involved.
Get a chance.
Okay, down at the bottom, Siobhan, go ahead and you can introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? I am Siobhan, and I am looking forward to tonight. It's going to be a great one for the books.
Yes, I love that energy. Last but not least, Brittany.
I am Brittany, aka Ski, and I am delighted to be on the show.
So yes, I'm excited to have these ladies. A few weeks ago, I took a cabin trip with them. I keep telling people I went on a camping trip, and we went to Gatlinburg, and that was like one of the best trips in a long time for me. I had some fun with these ladies. We have to do it again. Tonight we are drinking though. The signature drink is a blackberry Long Island iced tea. Every time I go to Fridays, this is what I get. And so we made it. Hannah, I don't know why yours is so light. Hannah got liquor in hers, a lot of liquor.
Yes.
Mine is light too.
Yes. Yours the only dark one.
Well, I poured a shot of the raspberry liqueur, so I guess that's why it looks dark.
Oh, that's what that was.
So I use strawberry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so mine, but I have 2 shots of the other liquors in it, so I'm lit. And then I still have a whole nother thing of it right here.
Okay. Look, I gotta throw the DJ soundbite in there.
Okay. So cool. Let's get started. So we're gonna save a certain person for last because he is, well, we'll get to it. I'm not even gonna say his name right now. So let's I want to talk about Melody Holt. So her glow up. I don't know if you guys saw, she did an interview yesterday with Funky Dineva. She also did an interview with Dr. Heavenly. And I love everything. Now, I think we all, I know Kita and Hannah are part of those groups on Facebook that like hate Melody.
Haters.
Yes, they hate her so much.
Tell me y'all thoughts. Like, first of all, what is with this hating Melody? I don't get why they hate her so hard. Anybody can go.
I feel like they're what's her name? Tisha. I feel like they're Tisha family, because why do y'all hate her so much in these groups?
It's one group I'm in though that they hate Letitia.
Yeah, they do hate Letitia a lot.
Yeah. So
they was calling her Adele. They was calling her what's her name earlier? I know her. She be on Steve Harvey every week. Who Sharon Stone was cussing her out.
Who? I didn't hear about this.
You didn't see when the talk when Sharon Stone was yelling.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Cheryl Underwood. Cheryl Underwood.
They was calling her Cheryl Underwood.
What?
Earlier in the group.
No offense to Cheryl Underwood.
And I love Cheryl.
Right.
Cheryl actually follows me on Twitter. Like, I love Cheryl.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
so.
Yeah.
Yes. But I feel like when she went through so much and she's trying to glow up, and she left a man who we all saw basically was verbally abusing her, didn't have any respect, and left. I feel like, why hate a woman who went through that, had 4 kids, is still about her business, and trying to be beautiful? Is she supposed to stay up on a bonnet and look miserable? Like, let me know what's supposed to happen.
Everybody not trying to wear their helmet of salvation.
Helmet of salvation, right?
And they with their spiritual warfare.
Right.
They be calling Melody a horse, but today did y'all see in that group? Because I don't want to say the group names because let me tell y'all this: the one that's that says they're the original, she has a YouTube channel. I commented on her YouTube channel and she deleted my comment. I don't know if it was because, and I didn't say nothing crazy. I don't know if it was because she felt like I was a blogger, because you know people can see that I am somewhat established. I have subscribers, but like 5 seconds after I posted it, she deleted it. So I unsubscribed to that channel. The lady that runs, I'm not gonna say her name, but she runs the group. I'll say this: Love and Marriage Huntsville, the original straight no chaser. So there's Love and Marriage Huntsville Straight No Chaser, which is the group that she was kicked out of, and then there's the original one. And so she has a YouTube channel, and I commented on her YouTube channel, and she deleted my damn comment. And after that, I unsubscribed. Like, bitch, excuse my language. So
it's out there now. Look,
Blaming on the Long Island.
right. Blaming on the alcohol. Yes.
So, what do y'all think? Did y'all see Funky Dineva talking to Melody and Martell calling back to back to back
5 times?
No, really?
Yes.
He called like
Martell is very toxic, and I don't understand why anybody would hate on Melody's glow up right now. I mean, if she's leaving him, good for her. Good riddance. Like, he's trash.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Martell called. Oh, go ahead, Sharon.
No, I was just saying I didn't see the Funky Dineva one, but I did see where it was confirmed that their divorce is official. Like it's
finalized.
Yeah, like it's finalized. And he did a video and it was on YouTube where he had his kids with him. And so he started taking like mad jabs at Melody, talking about I was told she only washed my baby one time since she's been gone, and she left my kids with this other person while she ran off, I guess, or on vacation or something. And then he had a problem with Melody's brother talking about he ain't never taught my kids nothing. He got the kids in the back of the car talking about what has your uncle ever taught you? And they like, nothing. And what has your daddy taught you? He taught us how to put our clothes up, how to brush our teeth, how to da. It was almost like it felt rehearsed. It was scripted.
It was very scripted. And shout out to my cousin Kenny and DJ. Hey, they said, hey, ladies. So, but it was very scripted with them kids, because they said the uncle called them retarded and some other stuff.
I know, I'm a mom. I've never had, I do have a teenager and an almost 10-year-old. I've never had them say the same thing at the same exact time, even if they did the same deed. It's like 3 different stories, and I just be like, just go. Like, one of y'all lying. I don't got time.
Yeah,
right. Them kids were like verbatim the same exact thing. I've never heard a child be verbatim ever.
My thing is, why are you coming to IG with it? Like, why not go to Child Protective Services? If it's that serious where you have to put her on blast, go to the people that matter, or go to try to get full custody of your kids if that's what you say you want. So to me, it definitely looked staged. It was like he was just doing it for IG, doing it for the vine, as they used to say back in the day.
For the vine.
They doing it for. They doing it for the girl now. Yeah.
Brittany, do you watch Love and Marriage Huntsville? And
I do not. I can't. I'm not into that thing.
Did you hear the song?
I did. I listened to it because Shakita told me to listen to it. So I felt it. I felt what she was going through. Hey, good job, Melody. Get out of there, baby. It's trash. So I get that part, but I don't watch it.
Am I the only one who didn't like the song?
Yeah, I like the song. It was cute. It was better than what I thought it would be. I'll say that.
I'll give her that.
I agree.
Yeah. I think I was surprised because I feel like, Melody actually has a really good singing voice. So I was like, it wasn't just like, this is just something she's doing because, whatever, I'm trying to pivot to something else to keep, attention or spotlight. She actually has a good singing voice. So good for Melody.
Is it me? I thought she was coming out with a different song though. Or is this the same song she was doing on the show? Because
it's not the same song on the show.
Yeah.
I thought it was just me.
Yes, on the show, it was a better song. I will say that. So okay. I don't know.
What happened to the song on the show?
I don't know.
That's what I thought was going on iTunes.
And y'all know I be reading up on these blogs and I stay watching these videos. So apparently they have a video of Boss Baby, the third little child, singing her song, Telltale
Oh yeah,
Sign.
I saw that. Yeah.
And so
two little pigtails.
Yes. So what are y'all thoughts on that? A baby singing about that she was like, and you stay 5 more years.
Yes. That made me cringe, honestly. Like, turn that off. She doesn't need to repeat that part. Don't say that.
Yes, I agree.
I mean, I don't think she knows what she's singing. I was an adult until I realized that TLC ain't too proud to beg what it really meant.
The thing is, though, this is a song. The thing is, though, this is a song about her daddy and his infidelity with the other woman. So it's like she's singing it, and then Melody. I think Melody is the same age as you, Hannah, Keita, and Brittany, or whatever. And Sean, I don't know your age. It's a mystery. Yeah. I'm gonna Google you one day. But
I'm 21.
Melody is in her early 30s, and so I can see, like, sometimes in your early 30s you still do make some mistakes. The light bulb may come on, but it's not all the way on. And so I think that was poor judgment to have her child singing that song, and it was at the album release party. And it's like I would have rather her dance, but to sing lyric for lyric, and just wasn't a good look.
I mean, the irony of it is she was also singing the part where she said, "I won't use your kids against you," but here she is singing this, song speaking on how trash her fucking dad is.
I don't know. I felt a little different. And I know I usually be like really hard and strict on certain things about parenting, but I feel like the child really does not know. Like, she really doesn't. Like, we were singing, I know I was singing songs I didn't know. Like, I was singing Whitney Houston, and some of the songs were singing about her sleeping with a married man. I didn't know what it meant until I was older.
And I feel
like when she gets older, she's gonna realize, oh crap, this is about my dad. But she just know that my mom is on music. I listen to music, and I can actually hear my mom and know this is my mom, and I can just sing my mom's song. I don't think the child really knows what she's singing. I think she just knows, like, she's happy for her mother at that point. Which we all want our kids, if you have kids, to be happy. Like,
I definitely see that. I definitely see that. I just wish Melody
knows better though.
Melody
knew better.
Yeah, because of course the little girl is singing because it's her mama's song. So it's nothing against the little girl, but it's Melody, like, putting her daughter in that situation to sing that song.
I don't know. Sing some, whatever it is, Baby Shark or something.
Yes, but going to Love and Marriage Huntsville, and Brittany, we ain't gonna talk about this long because we've talked about Melody. What did y'all think of last week's show? Melody breaking that woman glasses. Also, the husband, what is his name?
Marcel?
No, I'm talking about the husband of the couple that was trying to mediate them.
They had no balls.
Well, let me tell you this,
Allegedly,
he's messed with a 16-year-old, and he sent the family of the 16-year-old a cease and desist. Yes, girl. So this man, he's messed with a 16-year-old, and he sent that family a cease and desist, not to talk about it. So it's that, and his wife has a daycare, and some woman came up to the daycare trying to fight the wife about this man. So he just as messy as Martell, but I see why he didn't stand up. He's a no good Negro. I'm gonna just say that. I'm trying not to curse. Yes.
16.
Crazy.
Yes.
Not
go
16.
Go to the Love and Marriage Huntsville Original Straight No Chaser YouTube channel. She posted a video last night, and she goes over that and some other stuff. So yes. It's alleged. Huh?
How old is he?
90.
I'm gonna spit in my liquor. He
way
like
older.
He looked like Frederick Douglass. He old enough.
Oh
He's-
Lord, have mercy.
He's 50 something.
Okay.
Times 2.
But tell me what y'all thought of Melody going off.
I'm sorry. I'm speaking from experience. So, I was married before Candace.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been through the cheating and the disrespect. And I've actually been there where I was young and dumb, thought, okay, I'm going to respect my vows. I hit him with a cast iron pan. So,
Wait a minute. You said you was young and dumb for respecting your.
well, no, I respected my vows a lot. And so I would tell it real quick. I was going to visit my parents in North Carolina, and I went to come back to double back to the house, and a woman was walking up my steps. So
girl, you
I
need
went
to
in the
do
house,
a story
grabbed
time.
cast iron.
Don't tell too many details. I'm gonna have you do a story time on what you.
And come back with the cast iron, and that was it. So when you get verbally disrespected, like it's different when you're a good wife and you've been through so much, and then for him to sit there and tell her, well, yeah, I went to her because she was treating me right. Like, don't nobody want to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't condone her throwing a glass in the other people's home, but I see why she did it.
I wouldn't have thrown the glasses, but I would have said, y'all got me
else's
up.
house.
I'm out.
Yeah. At somebody else's house, I'm just now the age I am now, I'm getting in my car and pulling off. I was married at 18, so I was young.
Yeah.
Now, me as an adult, I'm just rolling out. Like, I'm getting in my car. You can be with whoever. I feel like Melanie should have just pulled off at that point, but I feel like he was just like taking jabs, like.
Yeah, and
she was at somebody else's house. I will respect someone else's home. I wouldn't show my behind at someone else's home because I don't live here. These are your dishes, and I'm going to respect your house no matter how angry I am.
Yeah. It seemed like, though, it was his idea for them to meet up and reconcile, but yet he threw the other woman in her face. And the other woman, my whole thoughts on it, I don't get what's going on with this show. Because the next episode, he's going to be asking her to get a paternity test. So tell me, like Shakita, do you think this baby is his? I got to take a drink to that.
Let's all take a drink to that.
Absolutely do think it is his baby. I do think it's his kid. And he thinks it's his kid as well. I think that's just his way of allowing her to get a little camera time, I guess. But yeah, I think it's his kid. Absolutely.
I do too. I think it's his kid because I know he tried to infer on the show or one of the episodes, like, she did stuff too, or she did. I feel like whatever he may have found was just like circumstantial evidence. Maybe it might have been a couple of little flirtatious text messages or something, but nothing serious. But he saw a little something and just ran with it, like, oh, she ain't been perfect too. She ain't been perfect either. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like it was nothing real that he found, because if it was, I feel like he would have revealed it by now, because he's so petty and he really acting feminine right now with the way he handling things. So I feel like if it was really about something, he would have said something by now. So saying that, I don't feel like she's done anything that he knows about substantial outside the marriage. So
do you know she got an abortion I guess last year in March? So her and the other woman would have been pregnant at the same time if she decided to keep the baby.
She said she got the abortion, I think, April 3rd, and she left April 4th. I think that's what she said.
Yes.
She said she knew that was her sign that she was done with the relationship when she terminated the pregnancy. She was like, it's no going back at this point. And I'm good for her. Again.
Well, she said that abortion, though, was mutual.
Yeah.
They both. She really divorced?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They finalized last week. Girl, they finalized that.
Yeah.
Of course.
I feel like it's just for the show, but okay.
I feel like,
in my opinion, I feel like at the end of the show, she's going to turn around and say, we made a mutual agreement to stay together for kids.
I don't see it. Like Melody in these interviews that I'm watching, she's done. Like point blank. She is done. And Funky Dineva asked her, does she have any new friends? And she said, I'm talking to people. So she's talking to people.
Should.
I don't think it's no coming back. I think Melody right now, even though she might feel a way about her marriage ending, she's handling it very classy. And so I truly do think she's done. This woman that he had the child with is not the only woman he was cheating with.
Wow.
Melody describes her as the one that stayed, and and Hannah, like you said, you've been married, I've been married. And so we know when men cheat, it's not just with one woman, it's with multiple women. But some of these women there's always one that is the straggler that just stays.
You know what, Candace? The messed up thing was when mine was cheating, he never even had one that stayed. They all was just free all.
No. Mine, my first husband, I always say he started a family without me. When he was doing his dirt, she was with the Huntsville, Alabama DJ in Huntsville, Texas.
I didn't even know there was a Huntsville, Texas. That's hilarious.
And DJ Black Men Do Cheat, Derrick Jaxn.
Oh my God.
They cheat and they love
Black Men Don't Cheat. Derrick Jaxn, I'm out.
He had a Black Men Don't Cheat shirt. He was cheating. He was doing the damn thing. But no, but my first husband, he got another woman pregnant. And after she had been pregnant by his friend, she was also the wife of another man and had 3 kids herself. And so they just, a lot of times I feel like, I don't know.
That's a lot going on.
This is why I like Melody, because Melody is getting her glow back. People thought I would get back with my ex-husband because me and him were together off and on 10 years. He was my first with everything. And so they're like, I think people just like with Melody and Martell, when you get married that young, people are used to seeing you together and that's all they see. So that's why they be like, oh, you can get back together. But no, it's a wrap. Like, just like I told my it's a wrap.
I'm good. It's a wrap.
Yeah. And DJ said he is an idiot. You talking about Derrick Jaxn. You talking about Derrick Jaxn. Community was wait, whoa. Community pussy Bert. Bert is Hannah's fiance.
Who has community pay?
Yeah.
Why?
It's community D.
Community.
Yeah. That was what was community.
To let us know what that meant.
Yes, Hannah. Yeah, let him and Kanard over here laugh like
At this point, the divorce is official. So
I don't think it's official.
You don't.
It was.
I think the baby really.
It was finalized, Tyler.
This is the only reason why I say that. Because Martell was like, he did it, and he did. Remember, he did his post in the league. He said, "You'll find out more in the rest of the season." I feel like their building is up really, really big. They don't go into that.
We gonna find out the baby is his, and he with Ariana.
I don't think that's his baby.
I don't think it is either because he's not claiming it, and he
literally says, "I had 4 kids."
But then again, it could be his because she's been very quiet on IG, as if she's doing it for the show. So it may be his child. He posted a post today. And them people in that group was like, she still got that pregnancy line. They made me look at my stomach like,
well, damn.
Is my line still there? Do I got my
line? Mine is gone. Thank the Lord.
Oh, my child is screaming. So Bert said, no shots fired from the side, ladies. Laugh out loud. What is Bert talking about?
I don't know.
Talking about that community pee pussy.
I gave him this whole drink in a fishbowl. Maybe he's feeling the drink.
No, I'm gonna let you slide today, Bert. But soon I'm gonna be doing the mix. I'm gonna do the show again, and I'm gonna pull your collar.
We gonna let you Tootsie slide, Bert. We let you Tootsie slide.
I hear her footsteps. I think he's walking down.
Yes, we're gonna get off of Love and Marriage Huntsville because let me see, Bert. Mr. Bert, you put him on camera, Hannah. Because I'm drunk now too. Put him
He
on.
can't. He don't have no shirt on.
The girl got pregnant by one guy that was cheating on her and the friend.
What did Ghost say? He looked like a
Oh, he was talking about Martell.
Yeah, I put it down there.
community. Community.
Oh, so community
Well,
penis.
I opened my eyes.
Yes.
He said he was not talking about Melody. He was talking about Martell was he meant community
Penis. Oh, okay.
not community.
It's so hilarious.
Okay, we with you. We with you, brother Bert.
All right,
We stand in solidarity with you, brother Bert.
Penis.
So now we can talk about. We're gonna move from the shows. I'm gonna come back. I might come back to a show, but let's talk about Quavo and Saweetie, the breakup. So are they really broken up? Because I saw something saying that it was just all a show, that they back together. And DJ talking about
Right, he came all the way down the steps to clarify that.
Okay, that's hilarious. Now I feel bamboozled. Hold on, what's the real truth?
It was
always
they broke up.
Kennard is right. The Kappas always do self-destruct.
Oh, that's Kennard. That's hilarious.
Kennard is speaking for himself.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
You can look. You can only shimmy your weights, but so far the stuff, okay, look.
Shimmy your way right into some shit.
The song don't last always. It ends, bro. The shimmy can't last always.
Okay. About Quavo and Saweetie. So me and Hannah talked about this on Sunday or Monday. I can't remember when we did a show, but
Sunday.
Recently. Okay. So what are y'all thoughts on that? Are they really broken up?
I saw something
I
as
feel
well
like.
that said
Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. I was saying I saw something as well that said that it was just for show, that they're still, together. It's just for publicity stuff. But I don't know. Who cares?
Go ahead, Siobhan.
I just feel like, because I feel you on that. Like, I lend an ear to conspiracies and theories and whatnot, but I'm just like, for what though? Like, it'll be different if he, like, I'm basically saying, for what? Like, why would they lie about it? Like, do he got a new album coming out? Does she got a new album coming out? Because okay, well then
music coming out, yes.
Where it seemed like they were back together. And she's a very pretty girl. The day before they announced that they were broken up, she went on her ex-boyfriend's show, Puffy Combs' son.
Yes.
The cute one. I forgot
the light skin, whatever his name is.
Yeah, she used to date him, and so she was on his show. And so the next day they announced that they were broken up, and she claims that she was tired of Quavo cheating on her. She had enough Birkin bags. No, I'm joking. It seemed like
Yes.
So,
You never can have enough Birkin.
Yeah, she was done though. And so we'll see how this plays out. It seemed like her DMs is never, she's always gonna have somebody. And I think Hannah mentioned it the last show. She's never been single before. She's always been in a relationship. Yeah.
So Saweetie should come out with a little relationship guide or something, because I tell you one thing I respect about Saweetie. I don't appreciate that she remixed Too Short's classic, but I do appreciate that she knows about that bag. You know what I mean? Like, she was like, I'm not going to be in a relationship and not benefit from it, i.e. profit from it. You know what I mean? Because even like you said, like on the show with Puffy's son, her ex or whatever, he asked her, he was like, what's the, I guess, whatever most dude ever done to like get you back? And she was like, oh, I whatever a dude did me wrong, blah, blah, blah. And everybody assumed that she was talking about Quavo. And she was like, I'm about that dollar or whatever. And then she said that next thing she knew, like, some money got deposited into her account, and she was like, oh, it was enough to purchase several properties.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what I'm talking about. So that's how you do it.
High value.
Down with that. I cannot get down with that. I get it. I see it. kudos to you getting your bag, but what about your peace, sweetie? What about your peace? I can't get with that. I can't. You know, I'm good. I got it out the mud, as in, you know, that's what they would say in the hood. If I was on the flip side, you know, I still couldn't once you find your peace, you preserve your peace.
Yeah.
And you know, ain't no amount of money, you know, it's nice. You know what I'm saying? But ain't no amount of money can make me say, oh, forget that you broke my heart 5 times and, you know, you did this or whatever. Forget that I gave you my heart and you went out and did A, B, C through Z. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I mean.
Because I get that money and leave. Because I'll be like that.
Then leave. Get that bread, then leave.
Then leave. Yeah, right.
I like it. I like it though, because I feel like it's better to have something to show for your stripes and what you earned in that relationship, your emotional distress, than to leave empty-handed with just memories. Like you got some money to show for it. I'm here for it, because regardless of whatever, like, okay, dudes cheat, right? But would you rather be with a broke dude who cheat on you and you brokenhearted, or with a dude who got money and you profited from it and you were able to elevate yourself or invest in yourself from it? You still get cheated on either way, but in one situation you walk away with what?
No, ma'am.
I don't feel like
something to show for it.
Preach. But Brittany, DJ said $2 million won't change your mind.
No, it won't change.
It changed my mind.
Yeah, mine too.
What you talking about, Sullivan? DJ Sullivan? What you talking about?
Goes away. Okay. I mean, you know, so, you won't have it forever.
Hannah was about to ask a question. So what's your question?
I honestly don't think Quavo cheated, because I feel like this new age of groupies, they would have put him on blast by now.
That like, Negro cheated.
It's not like, remember back in the day when you had a mistress, but she was quiet, she lived around the corner from Pop Pop. That was back then. These women are doing anything, and they never exposed him.
He admitted to cheating. I thought he admitted to cheating. He cheated on her. DJ
was that
said
in the beginning or now?
He took her car back. He did take her.
He did. Why did
he took the car back? Oh,
I don't think he did that. I don't think that's true.
That was a rumor.
That's a rumor.
If he took the car back, he's a broke Negro. Like, why you gotta?
They came out that it was a rumor. He never took the car back. They said it was just a rumor for people was spreading. He said he never took his car back. So I did hear it. Well, I be listening to Steve Harvey, and I heard this today.
Bert said money rules the day. At me,
I said $2 million. Yeah, F that.
$2 million. What I'm gonna do, because I'm not gonna stay with you unless I'll just say this.
I'm taking my $2 million.
Well, I'll say I guess we got an open relationship. Yeah, I'll take the $2 million, but I'm gonna be doing me. So we got an open relationship. It's either open relationship or I'm taking it and leaving, and I'm investing in stocks. I'm going because that's enough to invest in some really good stocks. So I'm going to invest it and grow that money. And then I don't even need you, sir. I'm going to invest in merchants.
When you say it like that, yes. Take the $2 million and leave. But when
get on board, Brittany. Get on board.
We're taking the bag and leaving, sis. We're not staying around for the shit. So
that's what I'm saying. You're not giving me $2 million and then saying I'm sorry. Can we get back together? No.
Yes. Hey, Bree. I gotta have Bree on too. She's a pretty girl. She needs to join the pretty girls and do the show one day. So one day I'm gonna do. I know I should have messaged you, Bree, but a lot of times my mind I drink too much. I was just saying that.
You done?
The next show, yeah, I am done, and I done made a whole nother canister of it, but I'm done for the night. Oh, and DJ said Brittany is so sweet. Just give me the money.
For real, because I'm telling you, like, you know, I forget, like, I know Shakita, you know Future, you're a big Future fan, but what was that line he said? You know where I'm coming from, Keita.
Where you gonna cry? You really crying the Nissan or the Bentley? We crying.
Period. You're crying regardless. What you crying in? What's your surroundings looking like this?
They like the money to make you driving off.
The Bentley as I'm driving off.
There you go.
With Future.
Oh no.
But also, I just want to throw in one little thing. I did read an article where apparently Quavo's sister, she put something in her stories where she was like, y'all don't know Saweetie like I do. This ain't, it ain't what it is. Basically, like, it ain't how y'all think it is. And she is, y'all don't know Saweetie. So it's more to the story, basically. So I was just like.
And my answer to that is, boo, we don't know you. So keep it moving.
Thank you.
Facts. Facts, sis. You just populated out of nowhere, sis. Who? I didn't even know he had a sister. I thought he was the only child. Look.
And yes, Bree, I know you're working. Bree is a frontline worker. She is a nurse. And so I respect that. But
what's true. Sisters really be knowing.
Yeah. But
the white girls for my brother back in the day.
She can know all she wants to, but we don't know who she is. So
right. You can't trust family. You can't trust.
And she's siding with him. Quavo admitted to cheating. I feel like this with Saweetie and Quavo, they were cute. But if she wants to move on, girl. Get you a Michael B. Jordan. Upgrade like Lori Harvey. Because to me, Saweetie is on that Lori Harvey level. So she can do a lot better. Get you a Denzel. Get you a nice established actor. Marry him. If he cheats, oh well, he has established money. Like, get you somebody that has some their money is long.
Seriously, because that's what I'm talking. Oh, go ahead.
She said she's never been without a man.
He just found out who he was. So you didn't know So Icy to the Kaya beat? No
one knew her.
Right.
She needs to be single. I feel like she don't know who she is. So you should get a new man. But when she came out with an interview and said, "I've never been without a man forever," you don't know who you are. So how can you say you want a certain man or a certain relationship or have certain standards when you don't know yourself by yourself?
I can agree with that because I told you, Hannah, I've never had. The longest that I've been single was probably 6 months of my adult life, and so when
be a hot commodity out in these streets.
No, it's not even.
She smashed up, man. She can't help that.
That is not the case. No, I'll say this though. I talked to a therapist after I had my last child because I was going through postpartum, and we talked about my relationship, different things, and she told me because of not being single, I've never got to learn what boundaries I should set for myself and what I should accept and should not. And so, yes, if she's done with Quavo, I definitely suggest going through therapy since she's never been single before to really find out who she is and set her boundaries for herself. And that's really going to help. But no, it's not no hot commodity or anything.
You
was a
hot commodity, period, Pooh.
So I'll say one thing. So after I was married for so long. After my divorce, I shouldn't have been as evil. I was on my Negro space. And I was on.
Yes, you had your fuck 'em dress on every day. I know it.
Well, I was out.
She got it on tonight.
But however, I was really in a bad place. So I'm not telling her to be in a bad place. Because it wasn't that, I ain't gonna lie, I was bitter. I'm not even going to try to justify my actions. I was very bitter. Mm-hmm. However, I don't want her to be bitter. I just want her to try to find herself. Because I think me finding myself, I did date some ugly guy before I met my fiance.
These are my confessions.
I'm honest with this. I feel like if you find yourself, then you can find what you want and what you don't want. Because honestly, if I didn't go through the BS I went through before, I wouldn't appreciate what I have now.
How long was you with old dude?
10. Well, I knew him for 14 years. I was married for 10.
Wow. Woo! That is time served, ma'am. That is time served.
Time served. Bang the
and Bert gonna say, DJ gonna say,
I did my part, and I'm not telling her to be bitter because I was wrong for being bitter. Like I was really on some. If you say, "Can I pump your gas?" I'd be like, "F you, no." Like I was a B. I'll be honest.
No, I'll be like, "No, pump it. I'm gonna wait in the car and then when you're done, I'm gonna
but I don't want her to become that because sometimes relationships and breakups can have you bitter, and it's not actually good to be bitter.
Yeah.
So I'm not condoning
that's the
being bitter,
thing.
but I just condone it for her to find herself. Because when I stop being bitter and I start just focusing on what I want, my likes and my dislikes, and what really makes me happy, it made me better and open.
See, and I'm
Bye,
not
boy.
I'm not gonna lie. After my divorce, I did not feel bitter because I'm one of those people that dated while I was separated. And I know they say you should not date people while you're separated, but you never know. And there is the possibility that they get back together. But I knew we were finalizing our divorce, so I didn't mind dating, getting my feet wet, doing whatever.
I like how you move, Candace. Period.
I did date separated too,
Thank
but I was bad for that person. I was horrible for him. I shouldn't even.
I was too, but I was
trash.
like, so what? You know, I'm married. That's on you.
I was trash. At least you knew it, Candace. I was all guilty. You was like, F it.
Oh, DJ.
30 years a slave. Let me find out.
Let me tell you about DJ. He is what Kevin Samuels would call a high value man.
Oh, Lord.
I
don't want to.
It's a lot of women coming after him, but DJ appears to be very picky. And so maybe he hasn't found his one. So
DJ, put in the comments, what is it that you give
DJ pulls him. So don't fall for this. He been single for 30 years. He pulls him.
30 years is a long time. Something ain't right. It's either you or it's them.
He lying.
Something ain't right. 30 years is a long time, DJ.
It's okay, DJ. Take your time, baby. Take your time.
No, 30 years is too damn long,
Let me
boo.
tell you about DJ. He has a high-rise apartment in Dallas with a view of the skyline. Like this Negro knows what he's doing.
Yes. So. Right. Yes.
So he's trying to act like he's sad and alone and lonely, but he's up in this skyrise living a good life.
He's living his best life.
Right.
Y'all was all subscribed. You did.
No, we was not.
We was not subscribed to Derrick Jaxn.
Wow.
Not everybody is.
Lies you tell.
Right.
Here we go with a troll.
Here we go.
Oh, look at Bert. And speaking of,
I've never liked this man.
Speaking of Derrick Jaxn, why not open? Just bust it wide open. We finna talk about
bust it wide open and I tell her bring it back. Hey.
So Derrick Jaxn, for those that don't know, he is a classmate of mine. He's actually younger than me. So yes, he graduated from Tuskegee. Shout out to TU.
HBCU, stand up.
HBCU, stand up. His wife also graduated from Tuskegee as well. So
that's
Derrick
so hard,
Jaxn,
Jesus.
I'll say this about Derrick Jaxn now. He said, "Don't be lying. Y'all had his books." No, I didn't have his books, boo. I knew who he was for real. So
never had a book, never cared.
That's for the next chick. Oh, he said, "This is why." Why you didn't like Derrick Jaxn? I heard one girl say, "I've never liked him." So Derrick Jaxn, I'm gonna tell you this battle. A lot of times we can see right through it. To me, I'll say this: I was friends with Derrick Jaxn on Facebook for real. Like I've known him. I felt like what he was doing was kind of copying Steve Harvey's thing. He majored in sales and marketing like myself, and I was like, "Oh, he got a good hustle."
Mm-hmm.
Learn how to market himself. Because as quiet as it's kept, he was modeling. He was a football player. He buffed up like big and got in shape and actually started modeling. And then he wrote a book to copy Steve Harvey's Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man. Is that what it is? Yeah, Act Like a Lady.
Yeah.
Copy that. And so I was like, oh, he has a straight gimmick. So let's see who bites off of this. So I never realized how many women will follow him. Also, I didn't think that women would follow him if they knew how old he was. At that time, Derrick Jaxn was only 21 or 22. So I'm like, this guy, he's only 21 or 22. He has not lived life. Of course, I'm not going to go out there and be like, do y'all ladies know how old he is? So there were some women that follow him. just like they did Steve Harvey, just like some women are now following Kevin Samuels, because you have women and men following Kevin Samuels. So it's
tragic.
Yeah, it's definitely all a hustle. I knew about his kids. The woman that's his wife, I always thought was his baby mama. I didn't know they were married. So that was the shock to me, because I knew they dated in college from going to school at Tuskegee. So for them to be married, I'll say this: Derrick Jaxn comes off as a very big narcissist. He said this man was playing these women like a fiddle. He was straight pandering. Us guys was trying to warn these women for years. Now they hurt, laughing my ass off. I thought it, and I think I thought he was a player, because he would like some of my pics on Facebook, and I was like, look at this Negro. Because he was younger than me too. He's like a good. He was born in 1989. So think about that. I'm
younger than all of us.
I'm 83.
I don't know about y'all, but
I was born in 83. So he's a good 7-8 years younger than me. So I'm like,
89?
Huh?
So what is he? He was born in 89?
He was born in 89.
Just
got into his 30s.
He barely made the 80s baby run. Okay?
Yeah, barely.
So,
you're right.
But I didn't think his followers knew how old he was for real, but they was straight following him. He said, all seriousness, I don't know why women always fall for this method. Dudes who take the women's side do this for more women level out.
I agree.
So yes, he was pandering for women.
I agree with
like Kevin Samuels is pandering for men. I'm waiting for his story to come out about him.
I can't wait till he gets put a blast. I can't wait till Kevin Samuels get exposed. I'm not going to say nothing
about Kevin Samuels, because I've been attacked on my channel several times. They asked me my dress size, and yes, I'm a thick girl. I'm thick. I have curves, and I'm not no little size 2 girl. So if you come to me, know that I'm coming for you.
Period.
So, yes,
but I'm still fine as fuck, whatever size, bitch.
I've never been single. I've always had a man, so whatever he's saying, it don't work, because I still have my man in them.
Thank you. We both had 2 rings.
Shout out to
y'all got 2 rings, okay? Y'all about to have the Olympic number of rings in a minute. Look,
married.
But you don't gotta be a size 2 to pull them in.
Battle Rifle said the reason they loved Derrick Jaxn so much is because he told them that all their relationships with dating was the man's fault. And I'll say this: as a woman, you still have to take accountability for yourself as well, which is why I talk about boundaries. If you're not setting those boundaries, you're not going to know what's right for you. So we need to take accountable. We need to be accountable on both sides. I'll say that. What are y'all thoughts? I'm not going to talk too much.
I have a lot to say about Derrick Jaxn
behind the ears. That Kevin Samuels, the truth.
Go away, battle. Whatever. I'm tired of fighting no battles. If you with Kevin Samuels, peace be unto you. Go away.
Kevin Samuels, I'll say this: it's not what women need to hear. We're all different. I would say this: if you're going to be a woman taking advice from a man, take it from your close male friends that know you, that know about you. You cannot take what some guy is saying. He's making blanket statements, as we say in the corporate world or the management world. He's making blanket statements or generalizations about women and men that don't apply to everybody. So if you have a close male friend that you talk to, listen to that close male friend, because that close male friend knows you more than Kevin Samuels does. And so I'm gonna just keep it at that. But what are y'all thoughts? Here we go. I didn't realize I was gonna get a troll tonight, because I didn't talk about Kevin Samuels, but I see he's here. Tuck tail as soon as I mentioned. No, I didn't tuck tail. I talked. If you, sir,
we still here, boo. Ain't no tucking tail.
Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I talk about Kevin Samuels a lot. So if you subscribe, you'll see everything that I've said about Kevin Samuels. It's there. I have my thoughts on him. I will say this as a man, just like my husband, I'm going to want to know realistically in real life what a man feels, because in real life, I see my husband. In real life, I see all the men in my life. So I want to know their experiences versus somebody that's online trying to make money and pandering to men and women. She thought Derrick was gay, to be honest. And this guy said, "Not you, the girl in the bottom right." Oh, so
Wait a minute. Am I on the left or the right?
Am I the
think
right?
you
Because
were
I'm
left.
ready.
I think
I'm
it's
here.
Siobhan on the right.
I think it's you. Tag in Siobhan.
Okay,
It's
'cause
Siobhan.
I ain't
Tag in. Hi, boo boo. Hi, battle rifle. Listen, this is my thing. You can literally say anything to a person, but it's your delivery. It's the way you say it. I do not like tearing down people, belittling people, and degrading people to get a message across. Mr. Kevin Samuels, oh, I'm an image consultant, blah, 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 blah. Whatever.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm gonna let Battle Right join the show, but go ahead and explain your part. I just added the link to the show, so I want to see this.
Let the ops come through. Let the ops say what they need to say.
So it's rare that I get people wanting to join to explain their part. But
That's
Siobhan,
okay.
go ahead and explain your part. I want to hear you.
I'm just saying, it's like I was saying, it's your delivery about something. Like there's no need to downgrade, there's no need to belittle, there's no need to tear a person down to get your point across about what you need to say to them. So I don't like his methods. No, 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 no. And I don't care what battlegrounds or whoever got to say. It's the way you can do this thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You want to say you're an image consultant, but all you do is tear down people's self-esteem, break them down. I don't like that. It's the delivery. It's the method for me.
So, Mr. Battle, because I'm adding him to the show. First of all, I wish you would have showed your picture. But let me tell you this. Please do not be disrespectful because I will remove you. So say what you got to say. I'm willing to hear it from the man's perspective. I rarely let people on my show, but I definitely want to hear what you have to say. So the floor is yours, Mr. Battle Rifle. I wish you could show your picture, but go
Show
ahead.
your face. Who are you, sir?
Nah,
Reveal thyself.
I ain't gonna do that because I know what y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna look at my picture and take it at face value. Be like, like he can't get no advice. Like, I know how y'all work, man. Yeah, y'all ain't slick. So so basically, here's my thing. Right now, the thing is, Kevin. Like, here's the thing. Derrick Jaxn is one side of the extreme. Kevin Samuels is the other. I'd rather you listen to Kevin Samuels. He is an extreme. I'll put it that way because the girl at the bottom right, I don't know her name, but she said that her problem with him was um basically how he tears down most of his clients. Now here's the thing. Now I agree that most of that was done for publicity because he's like, in a sense, he's trying to promote, and in a sense that it all kind of fed into the first chick with the first chick with when she got on his channel. She spoke with Kevin Samuels. He got frustrated and said, your average is best, your standards are unrealistic, and it kind of started like a chain effect after that to where he kind of did it to the other women after him. Well, here's the thing. I respected him because he at least he told the truth, and it was just a lot of women that got on this channel that really had completely unrealistic standards that were completely that were not in the same tax bracket as the guy they wanted. They were not in the same as far as as far as financial goes. They didn't even want to themselves make $100,000, but they wanted the guy that make $100,000. They wasn't in the same careers. They didn't look the same as the guys they wanted. They wanted a guy with a six pack abs, but rather than going to the gym and getting six pack abs themselves and find another guy there, they didn't want to do that. So he was a reality check. I think a lot of women needed to hear. The thing of why Derrick Jaxn was so profitable because he found out already, just like Steve Harvey found already, that there's just a lot. It's very profitable to lie to women online and say, you don't need to do this, you don't need to do that, you are the prize. Hey, what do you bring to the table? I am the table. It's very profitable to feed women these lies because a lot of women will buy it. They want to feel like they are the prize, and guys are going to do anything and above and beyond just for them. At least Kevin Summers tell the truth. He like I said, like I agree with girl at the bottom. Sometimes he can be a bit too abrasive. You want your clients to listen to what you say instead of being combative with them. But at least he's somebody I'd say he actually gave people the truth that they needed.
Mr. Battleground, I'll say this, and I like what you said. I like the fact that you kept it very respectful. So thank you for that. With Kevin Samuels, with the first girl that was featured on this show, you know, he's been doing these shows prior to that. And so with her, she was a six-figure woman, and she had dated men that made less than her, and they wanted to take over her business. So she was asking him on a day that he wasn't talking about this, because this is why he was mad at her. On a day that he wasn't talking about any of this, she was asking him, what can she do to get a six-figure guy or somebody on her level? And that's why he said, with your looks, you're average at best. And so sometimes I agree with what he says, but it's a blanket statement for just the masses, and everybody doesn't fit into what he's saying. And then a lot of times he views women at this European standard versus a realistic standard. And so those are my issues with Kevin Samuels. So what are your thoughts on that? Because
What's the year? Go
you
ahead. My bad. You ain't
sound
finished.
like an educated man. You sound like you can think for yourself. And so with Kevin Samuels, it sounds like to me he panders to incels, involuntary celibates. So, but tell me what.
That term is thrown around a lot. Like I don't think any of his. I don't think. Okay, let me put it this way. I don't think most of his subscribers are incels. Like maybe some are, but you know those are the incels that like I think they are obviously trying to improve themselves. That's why they started watching his show. I remember like if you already know about the red pill community.
Yes.
Kevin Samuels was a part of that community. I think he kind of branched off because maybe he had like a falling out with one of the other YouTubers. But I never forget when I used to listen to most of these other red pill channels. Kevin Samuels was I only clicked on this channel. I only clicked on this channel a couple of times for he did a couple of videos I liked when it came to making money, so I watched those videos, and he did a lot of videos about style, about the right clothes to wear, like jewelry, and that those are the stuff I watched when he was coming up. So, but I didn't subscribe to him. I just watched those few, and I kind of went about my day. So when it came to like situations like when he actually started coming up, I started to see like what he was trying to promote in a sense, like, and I'm not talking about as far as like now, I'm talking about a little bit before that. He was trying to promote that, hey, if you are a high quality guy, even if I mean, let me say that back. If you are a high, if you make high earnings, then you will be a lot of times very high value in women's eyes. So when it came to old girl, when it came to six figure, I mean, he is necessarily telling the truth because there are a lot of six figure guys that just essentially want a trophy wife. Do you have to make as much as them? No, not necessarily. But they just want some guy that they just want a girl who's just simply respectful, loyal, and who looks the part. I don't think a lot of women realize that once they make six figures, their options start decreasing like exponentially, and it's not because guys don't want rich women. It's because women are already picky enough as they are. So odds are, if they have six figures, they're going to want the guy to want six figures as well. It's you don't see many women date down as far as financially. They do, but like eventually they do. Eventually, like, as time go on, like I'd say once they start getting older, maybe they'll start dating guys that are around the same figure. But most of the time, they want to date somebody at the same financial bracket as them. They usually don't date guys who make less money than them.
I'll
So,
I'll say this, not to cut you off. I'll let you finish your thought. What were you about to say?
but I would just say I was just trying to address that as far as the women when he was like your average at best as far as look. That's usually what guys want. They just want a girl who, in a sense, like looks like as a trophy wife, a girl who's attractive, who doesn't really necessarily have to make as much money as them.
I'll say this. I didn't hear this whole six figures thing until Kevin Samuels. With most women, we're wanting a man that not only can provide, because that's what the term we use, providing. We don't say six figures. That was a term brought by Kevin Samuels. We want a man that will provide and take care of us, but as long as we can still provide as well. Like most Black women, we go to college, we work jobs, we want to provide as well. So we're not looking for someone to necessarily take care of everything. Now, these IG chicks that he's looking at, honestly, to be honest, I don't know what he's looking for, but these other chicks that are wanting these men that are just providing everything, these so-called six figures, to me, that's just unrealistic because let's look at six figures. Now, according to Kevin Samuels, it's only 10% of people that make six figures. But to be honest, somebody making $100,000 is middle class. And with myself and some of these ladies on this panel, we make six figures, but it's not at the higher end, it's at the lower end. But we're with men that may make below that or may make above that. But the thing is, though, we're both contributing to the household. And so with most Black women, we know in our minds that we're going to have to help contribute to the household. So my point is, I don't know who Kevin Samuels is talking about. I really feel like he just came on here and wanted to put down, I'm not going to say Black women, but women that go after money. And I can see that. Most men that have money, they might have money, but we don't know who they are character-wise. They can be a child molester. They can be a woman beater, all of that. It's not good to look at that. So what I don't like about Kevin Samuels is that he makes this whole thing of high value this and high value that, and this is the way the world is, when it's not. In real life, we are dating people, I feel like, of quality, and we are looking for somebody that's not going to hurt us, looking for somebody to grow with. And that's all that it boils down to. And men like to say we want money. Yes, our fathers bring us up to date somebody that can provide, but I'm not looking for no rich man. When I married, I was looking for a man that worked, because I knew a man that did not work, did not eat, as the Bible says. And so I was looking for a man that could contribute the same way I was, and I wanted to grow with him. Just like we talked about a lady on the show, Melody Holt. She built with her husband. Both of them were teachers, and they built businesses together. So that's my thing. And I just hope young Black men know that there are Black women out here that want to grow with them and want to contribute with them, and don't fall for what Kevin Samuels is saying, because I still feel like he's pandering. And Mr. Battle, you sound like a very intelligent man. You sound like you have it together. And I hope you don't see Black women like what he's saying.
I think that, like I said, like there's always a bunch of rotten or spoiled apples to ruin a bunch. Or at least in his case, he's representing the minority. I think that's just that's what you see, that he's representing the minority. Of course, I don't see Black women that way. That's not really my cup of tea. So I don't just like target a specific group, especially my own race. Like, oh, why would I do that? So the thing is, it's just that when guys have been seeing it, it's more than Kevin Samuels, because the manosphere, as far as Red Pill, has been around before Kevin Samuels. It's just that is the reality of what guys are seeing. It's just that I know you guys say you're that's not how you roll. That's, you're not looking for, like, they're not the same. You don't represent the girls, the Instagram models that be on Kevin Samuels' channel. Like, you're not looking for those six-figure guys like the girls are talking about. But it just has been a crazy resurgence of girls that say, hey, I want six figures. Like the Saweetie promoting the Birkin bag. If your man ain't have a Birkin bag, and go ahead. You want to say that?
She's a star. She's not typical. She does not represent me. I'm going to say that now. Saweetie does not represent me, and I don't think she represents any of the other women on here. She's a star. But when you look at the everyday woman, the person that's reading the Shade Room, we are living our real lives. And like, you'll see the post on the Shade Room that they get offended sometimes by what the rich people are saying, because they know what it's like. I'm not gonna say we struggle, but we work every day for our money. So I'm gonna let these other ladies talk. I'm gonna let you talk, Mr. Battle. I'm gonna drop off for a second because I gotta use the restroom, but I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let me interject. I did want to say this. I don't know who we talking about. Kevin Samuels, is that his name?
Yes.
And I hadn't watched all of his stuff, but just hearing you talk about it, and you saying that, he's telling the girls what he thinks they need. or what they need to hear? Who is he to tell them what he thinks they need to hear? Like, going back to the Instagram models, I can't relate. I don't know about any of the other girls. I cannot relate to the Instagram models. No, I can't. And I do think maybe if I was in a different position, like the Instagram models, I would think differently, but I won't. I wouldn't, because I have grounded myself, and I have came up in a different era, or I've came up in maybe even in the same way, because we see sometimes where these Instagram models come from. It's not all inherited. It's not all given to them. They do have to work for whatever, and then they get to a certain standpoint in their life. So we can relate that way. But Kevin Samuels can't tell me what he thinks I need to hear. He can only tell me what he has experienced. And if we experience the same things, then I can take the advice from him. But he can't tell me what he thinks that I need to hear. He don't know what I need to hear. I don't know what he needs to hear. Like I said, the same experience we may have, we can relate that way. But when you said that, that's the only statement that, just stuck out to me, was when you said that, he tells the girls what he thinks they need to hear. He can't do that. He's not God. He ain't the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So he can only tell, the experience that he had. And I've said that several times, but that's just how I feel on that situation.
Well, the thing is, like you said that. Well, you said they'll get on this channel, and then you ask, who is he to tell me how am I supposed to act and how I'm supposed to feel about this? The fact of the matter is, he didn't force the women onto his channel. He had women hit him up, ask for their advice. He asked them, could he record it? They said yes. They recorded it, and now it's on YouTube.
Right.
Now they asked him for his advice. They came to him for advice. It seemed what it was is they saw Kevin Samuels, they saw him as a six-figure guy, so they wanted to ask a fellow six-figure guy,
Right.
what do other six-figure guys want in a woman? And he gave them that. He didn't force anybody to come on his channel. So the thing about it, who is he? He is a guy they valued enough to ask for advice, and that's all it was. They value him. Go ahead.
I was gonna say this, Mr. Battle. Let me ask you this: do you feel like a man can really tell a woman how to act? Like, I feel like only a woman can tell me. A woman that has had a husband in a successful marriage can tell me how to be as a woman in a marriage, because can't no man tell me how to be as a woman, because he doesn't know everything that we go through.
So you feel guys can't inform women how to act as far as like coaching?
Do you feel like I can tell a man how to be a man?
Can I say one thing?
Yeah, I mean,
no.
So I'd say, well, like, hello. It's a hard question to answer. It depends on what you mean, because as far as if you're talking about in a relationship, yes, you can. It depends on how much he values your advice.
I can tell a man what I want, but I cannot tell a man how to be a man in a relationship.
Here's the thing. It depends on what you're trying to do. Are you just, like I said, are you just talking about what you want? Or are you actually giving him real advice? If you do value the advice that, as far as if you do value advice that as far as you're giving to him, then of course tell him the truth. Like if that's what you value. But if you just want to sell him a dream, if you want him to come back for more, then yeah, just tell him exactly what he wants to hear.
I'd rather a man learn from another man how to please a woman. I'd rather me, myself, as a woman, learn how to please a man from another woman. Because if a man is telling me how to please a man, that borders on the lines of him, to me, being gay.
I'm telling you, he in the dark with a candle lit. I don't understand how a lot of heterosexual men don't pick up on the kind of like feminine vibes of Kevin Samuels. Like, y'all are like taking him on as a guru, whatever, but he is very feminine and highly suspect. Like, I'm
He's
just
not a
saying.
he's not a here's the thing. Here's the thing. Guys prop up Kevin Samuels just because he kind of gives women like a slap in the face. It's not not literally, figuratively. He gives them a slap in the face of what they be saying. Guys don't put Kevin Samuels in a whole category that he's a guru around dating. You can get better advice from guys out there. You can look at alpha male strategies. You can look at people like I don't know if you guys ever heard of what's the guy's name? Chip from Dating Advice. You can get way better advice out there. The reason they prop Kevin Samuels is just because he's controversial and he's funny. He's controversial and he tells the truth to the women and is slap in the face. That's kind of what they want to hear. It's almost like you telling a feminist. It's the whole stick behind Ben Shapiro's character when he first came out. He was telling off a whole bunch of feminists and he was shutting them down. That's the whole stick behind Ben Shapiro. It's the same thing with Kevin Samuels. It's not that they think he's a dating guru, like he tells the best advice. No, that's not what it is.
I agree with you, and I like that you're not just coming in here like guns a blazing for Kevin Samuels. You're coming in with a general point of view, but also DJ Sullivan, how he said, I feel like a lot of hurt Black men flock to Kevin Samuels as far as like, oh yeah, these Black women, blah 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 blah, pointing the finger, and I feel like they like that. They like to feel like somebody who is like finally putting Black women in their place, yada 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 yada. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So yeah, for sure.
Can I say something? I honestly feel like neither man or woman can really tell someone what any type of relationship advice, because we all learn from our life experiences. And what might work for your relationship or what might work for you might not work for me or someone else. So I feel like when people, and now I am big on counseling because I feel like we do need therapists and to work out our own inside issues. But I feel like taking advice from someone else, like I'll give an example. A friend of mine asked me, should they leave their significant other because they're cheating? And I specifically told her, you have to make that own decision, because if someone else make it for you, you're gonna regret, or you're gonna be angry at that person. Like, only I feel like so much when we go through as people and us as humans, we all make our own mistakes, we all make our own choices. So you might go through something and you might say leaving is best for me, and someone else might go through something and it might be staying is best for me because it gave me more character and build. So I feel like taking relationship advice from other people, to me personally, is not a good thing. And I'm going by my own life experiences, because I took relationship advice from pastors and everything in my past, and it wound up slapping me in my face. But when I personally dealt with myself and realized what I wanted and what was best for me, other people's advice was not best for me. So I feel like we can listen, but I don't feel like anybody else's advice can teach you better than you can teach yourself.
Facts.
Yes, Hannah. My husband wants to come on. I'm gonna let him come on with his little. He's losing his voice.
Come on, hubby wubby.
Come on,
Kennard, come on. Now he's trying to get him some wine. Well, Hannah,
get your wine, baby. You need
Hannah,
it for this
100%. I definitely agree with Hannah. Excuse my husband. You know what we talking about. He's like, so what are we talking about?
What's going on, everybody?
What's going on? How you doing?
Hey.
How you doing? But like to respond to that, I think here's the thing. Now you said that you probably shouldn't be getting advice from other people. You should probably just learn from experience. Well, like I said, it all becomes on what are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to who are you willing to ask for advice, and what do you value? The thing is, when it came to people like Kevin Samuels or any type of dating guru out there, they looked at this particular person and they said to themselves, this guy has enough value, or this woman has enough value to give me an advice. People go through their lives and they decide what sacrifices they're willing to make. Somewhat people know in the back of their head that relationships are not all sunshines and rainbows. There are a lot of situations that people do not know how to they don't know how to smartly deal with because they don't have enough experience to back it up, or they just won't know, they won't be in the right headspace to make the decision. Like the situation you talk about when the woman asked for advice on what should I do if my spouse was cheating. The thing is, when it comes to, like I said, it's all a bunch of people telling you what you think you need to hear, or at the right moment. They always somewhat have a projection going on before they tell you advice. If you go through your life and you say, I want to have fulfilling partnerships where my partner doesn't cheat on me, we're not combative with each other, we do not fight, what is the best possible solution? They ask for people who want long, fulfilling, lasting relationships. So they usually ask other people who have been in long, lasting, fulfilling relationships, or are currently in one. So they ask those people for advice. The thing about it is, sometimes it comes a case where people just don't have enough experience to learn from their mistakes, or they don't have the capacity to learn from their mistakes. They can't really identify what their mistake is. That's why they ask for advice in the first place. You have people who haven't been in relationships yet, so they have to ask for advice because they haven't dated anybody, so they don't really know what a person wants and what they need to hear, or how to identify those problems. That's kind of why people ask for advice from other people. There's a lot of people in the dark. It's a bunch of people telling you different things about dating, what you need to hear, what people are lying about. Like we just had one dating guru just fall under the bus completely, like in one week.
Derrick Damn Jackson. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a bunch of people telling you what is the real. This is the real deal dating, and everybody else is telling you wrong. And now everybody's confused.
You make a valid
Thank
point,
you.
and I see some people putting their hands up like they're trying to tip out of church. So
That,
go ahead.
that's the keeps molding. Thank you, Mr. Kennard. Thank you. Before he got too far into that, I did want to say this. Um, when I agree when Candace spoke on I think she said we can't teach men how to be men, and vice versa. Well, my take on the whole situation is, and I just said it, we can take advice from an adolescent growing up into adulthood. You can be in a situation where you've seen your parents go through a marriage or maybe even a divorce, so you have a take on what you want to take from that. And it's not necessarily advice that they physically said from their mouth, but that's what you saw. And you know what you don't want to put up with, and you know what you can put up with. So I think that I can tell my future husband or a prospect what I want from them, and they can mold themselves into. And it's not even about changing. It's all about what you want to sacrifice. Do I want to sacrifice me going out, every night with the boys, opposed to what my wife says she saw, maybe her dad did. He came home at 9 o'clock or whatever, and he didn't go out as much with the guys or whatever. Just simple things like that. And it's not changing. It's not changing yourself. It's molding and what you want to sacrifice for your significant other. And so I think we can voice or have a voice in what we want. And by no means, y'all, I ain't giving y'all relationship advice. I am not married. I ain't never been married.
It don't matter. You out here going through what you're going through. It's
Right.
relevant experience.
Right. And I'm not bitter in the moment. And now I have been single. My son is 7, so I've been single for 7 years. I'm not bitter, but I have found my peace and what I want to go through forever, and what I don't want to go through. And so I've got a different take on things now. And that's just my take on giving the men advice as to how we want or how we need them to be. We need them, not we won't. We need them to be, so that our relationship can last. Our relationship can be successful, so we can love one another. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how I need you to be. This is what I need from you. Go, Kennard. Thanks.
Kennard talk. So go ahead, Kennard.
Well, I think, excuse my voice. I've been hoarse for a couple of weeks now, but I think we got to get to a situation to where men are not afraid to be leaders in this situation. To where we're not afraid to be. I understand the Kevin Samuels and all, but we got to block all that stuff out and be who we are, uninterrupted by that kind of stuff, and be real men, unapologetically men. Because the Kevin Samuels stuff comes off as, the Derrick Jaxn stuff comes off as, it's almost like peer pressure, and it's fluff, and it's to where we just have to love ourselves as men and be like how my uncles and my grandfather was. You don't give a shit about none of that shit. I'm a motherfucking man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's how I feel about it. I think they mean well. I think they are pandering to a certain group. But at the same time, you got to be a motherfucking man, period. And not interrupted by peer pressure from guys like Kevin Samuels, guys like Derrick Jaxn, and be yourself. And shit, I wish I would let a guy like Derrick Jaxn and Kevin Samuels dictate how I run my household. And that's what men have to be. Like, get these niggas out of your damn circle. And that's what it is. I'm losing my voice, y'all. I'm sorry. I wish that I could talk some more. I'll be back next week.
Runs his household. He, as a man, still asks for my input because I'm, as the Bible says, I'm his helpmate. But he is man enough to let me say how I feel about something. He, like, if we're making a decision in his household, he gets my input, and I appreciate that. And so Kevin Samuels, he's been twice divorced. He can't teach you how to be a man in a marriage because he's twice divorced. And so I'll say this, be you as a man, and know that you being a man, some women will appreciate that. And you got to look for that woman that's going to appreciate you as a man. That's all I have to say on that aspect of it. And Bert also said that her man.
That's right. I need my man to be the man. You need to let
Bert talk as well. You need to let Bert come on.
I think Candace, I'm with you. I respect the fact that I have a man that is the head of our household. And yes, I know that he will lead us in a certain way. He will ask me for my opinion, but I know he's not going to lead his household any type of way. So I respect that. I mean, I don't have to make decisions. He'll ask me, but I don't have to make those because I know that you're man enough to be the man of the household. But as Kevin Samuels sometimes put it, men like certain men, like apparently because if you're not a size 2 or if you don't have a certain look, you shouldn't have a man that has 6 figures or a certain value, which I don't agree upon. I feel like more personality and more chemistry sometimes is better than, I believe some things he's saying is true. I will not say that. Mm-hmm. Some things he be saying is very realistic and some people need to take heed. But I feel also that his delivery is wrong. Like we can all say the same things, but if our delivery is horrible and it's not coming across the right way, it can lead somebody the wrong way.
It's like telling somebody, let's say I broke my leg, and you say you shouldn't have did this, you shouldn't have did that. Don't call the ambulance, or you call the ambulance at the last minute. To me, that's Kevin Samuels. He's like, do this, but go get therapy later. So I think a lot of what he says is blanket statements, and at times it's true because he's speaking from a male perspective, which is good, but be open to hearing the whole spectrum of what's going on. Shakita has her man, and he gives some. He I know has some thoughts as well. He is in charge of her household, so.
Candace, I'm still here. I got homework due at midnight. That's how I just cut my camera off.
So I hope, and I hope Battle you return because I do a men's show as well. I hope Shakita's man comes to the show and gives his thoughts.
He gonna take over the thing, girl.
Girl, let him take it over. I like the man to speak. And I like that, Mr. Battle Rifle. Your name is funny to me. I like that you said what you said because you spoke very eloquently on my show. So I can respect that, Mr. Battle.
Yeah, and I will say.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, here goes Kanar.
Mr. Matt Battle.
Yes.
Man, definitely appreciate you joining the show tonight. And you gave a lot of insightful input from a man's perspective. And I hope you'll join again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like and subscribe to the video.
Yes, sir.
Oh yes. So Mr. Battle, I don't know if you want to stay because we're gonna talk about some girly stuff. So but thank you, Mr. Battle.
Yeah, no problem. So y'all kind of waved me out. You was like, it got to be something you don't want a guy around, bro. So I got you.
All right. Well, bye-bye.
All right. You take care. Y'all have a good night.
You too.
You too.
Bye-bye. But yes, I love this. I love this open dialogue. But we're gonna go back to Derrick Samuels. I mean, not Derrick Samuels. What is it? Derrick
Jaxn.
Not Derrick Samuels. Lord Jesus.
Same difference. Same person.
Same difference.
Yeah. So Derrick Jaxn.
I'm sorry, y'all.
I wish
I gotta cut back off. But
I wish Derrick Jaxn's wife would really take some time off of social media because I understand she's coming in her battle clothes. But ma'am,
battle clothes.
put that battle on for your husband because we ain't the ones you battling with. It's with your husband. Right. But Keita, what are your thoughts on all that?
On Derrick Jaxn?
Derrick Jaxn and his wife Danae.
I mean, I think, I don't really listen to him. Obviously, I don't really know that much about him, but obviously I see the whole situation that's going on right now. I mean, low key, I feel bad for the girl to keep coming on social media, looking the way she's looking. You can tell that she's, broken, and it's like this dude is pandering. I don't know if you saw that one of the chicks was saying that a lot of the videos that he does in his car, he's doing right outside the side chick's house. Like, it's a bit ridiculous.
One of the side chicks' names was Candace. And I was like,
oh really? Oh, Lord. That's hilarious. I mean, I just think it's perfect for him that he's being exposed in this way. I mean, because he's totally benefiting and he's full of BS. You know what I mean? Like, he's not a good dude. He's treating his woman poorly. They have kids together, but yet and still you're trying to tell somebody else how to run their relationship, and yours is, in shambles, apparently.
And DJ said she was clearly at gunpoint. I didn't like. If y'all went to her IG, she has pictures in like men's attire, and it's one thing to be Christian. As Christian women, we're still feminine. So she had men's suits on and stuff like that. I wasn't understanding. So.
Can I say one thing?
Yes, ma'am.
First of all, let me just say this. If my husband, my first time you debuted me out in public to the world, you want to fly in a glam squad because I'm not coming on here looking like I just came out the garden. I'm not holding your raggedy ass hand. You can hold your hand yourself. Second of all, she had pictures before where she was cursing because I went through her feed.
I saw that.
She was sexier. Well, she wasn't sexier because she don't have a sex appeal, but she was prettier. And she felt like she was more comfortable with herself. And I felt like if you want to bring me on this platform, first of all, you're going to do it on my platform because I'm going to get the views on my own Instagram because you're not getting no views and revenue off me. If you want me to uphold your image, that's not working. And I feel like everybody coming at her, understandable. I don't think they're really coming at her because she was dressed like, he was like Stockholm syndrome or whatever. I think it's more so you don't let nobody else see you that depressed. Like, I'm not letting any woman in this world see me I'm not coming on it with no bonnet. First of all, I think bonnets are ghetto and tacky. Outside in public at night, I'm saving this bonnet on because this here gonna stay. Right. So, but I'm not going on my porch. I'm not going on my deck. I'm not going in my car. I'm not dropping my kids off for school in a bonnet. And I feel like all she had to do was come on there like, yes, she might have had my husband. Even if I don't F on right now, you're not going to know it because this is my debut to the world. Like, a lot of people, I didn't know he was married.
The only thing people would have known about me was, oh, she burned his bed and he bought her a 4-carat diamond ring.
Damn! I've been on here like Kobe's wife.
Diamond ring. It would have been like Kobe's wife. Like, oh, she's here. She's taking care of the kids, and he bought her this ring, and he wants to keep her. And she done burnt up their bed because with them hoes being in the bed would have been burnt. And she's suing the other women for whatever. And
she's what?
She's suing them?
Oh yeah, I would have sued the hoes for alienation.
You would have sued them. Okay.
But one of the girls didn't even know he was married. If he said out his mouth he was separated, you don't have a lawsuit.
Let me tell you this, Hannah, she does. Separated is not divorced, so that's married.
It depends on your state.
If she knew he was separated, she knew he was married. I'm gonna say that.
Depends on your state, though. She might not.
I would have sued her for alienation of affection, and I would have said we weren't technically divorced. We were working our marriage out because if you look at some of her other photos, he picked her up in a helicopter trying to bring her back to their house.
I saw that.
Yes, so she would have been sued.
I would have sued my husband, who I set my vows to, I promised to marry for life.
DJ said he hates bonnets. She didn't have a bonnet. She actually had on a knitted hat, but it looked like a bonnet.
A knitted hat.
It was a soldier. It was the righteous.
I don't know what type of Christian they are, but they I guess the women have to have a head covering. So I would have definitely just said, hey, I would have had him explain our religion. I would have had him taking me on trips. Like if we going live, we going live from Dubai. Like, hey,
that's right.
we would have went on some trips because clearly he's still trying to be with her. That's quiet as it's kept. He's still trying to be with his wife, regardless of what's out there. So yeah, we're going to Dubai. We're going up like, oh hi, I just came from Dior. He brought me these bags, but what did the other women say? Like that would be me. Like I would be living it up. I'm his wife. I didn't know about these other women. So tell me. I would have turned to him. What are these blogs saying? So I would have played dumb to everything.
Would you hold his hand on that video?
No, I wouldn't be on the video. I would have been like, hey, you want to go? You want to go live and explain them? Go live. If you want to talk to her person, go at it. But Candace is not being on there.
That's my point. I'm not sitting next to you.
I've been there and done that and said, couldn't be me, but it was me.
Start her own bonnet line.
Different outcomes, different reactions.
I would have been whooping his ass on mid-camera. The moment, only the reason, it wasn't just the fact that he was confessing. The moment you said, I bring women into this house. Whose house?
And I would have been like, we're discussing on whether or not our relationship should be open. I've talked to him about being with other men. So I would have just put it out there.
Right.
Like, so what? Don't crucify me. He was with other women. So now I have the choice to decide whether or not I want to be with other men. So
question for the ladies. Do y'all feel as though I'm not going to say, because all men don't cheat, and I don't believe that one bit. Some do, but I don't believe the black men don't cheat movement. That's bullshit. However, if a man, do you feel is more disrespectful from the cheating or someone actually bringing someone into the bed that they built with you in the home that they brought for you?
To me, it's all the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's hard to separate those two because they are one and the same. You bringing her to cheat in my marriage bed, whether y'all was at the Motel 6 or
Fact. Ew,
in our
not the
marriage
Motel 6.
bed.
I hope
She was,
not.
she was still on your peen, regardless of where it was at. It could have been in her house. You still
It,
disrespected me because that's
I,
my peen, not hers. So you still being
You.
disrespectful, regardless. So I don't care where it's at. You disrespecting me. So clearly we got an open relationship because I'm gonna do me. That's all I can
Not
do.
do you.
Yes,
I will say
Mhm.
it is an extra cherry on top to the adultery for you to have her in our marriage bed. Like that is like
that's
extra,
why I would have burned the bed.
you
And if
know.
we,
With
we
him in it. Grab your muscle shirts.
yes. Yes, it's so disrespectful for him to bring another woman in their house because there's so many hotels that's open. I don't care what COVID has going on. The
Right.
hotels are still open. Why are you
You can
bringing
rent
this?
them by the hour, bro. You can rent them by the
Here.
hour.
By the
I'm pretty sure our
hour.
kids jumped in that
Um,
bed and been in that bed with them.
oh, here, Kennard, trying to baby, let me hold your hands, Ray Charles. Bert said, "What the hell?" Yes, Bert, we got an open relationship.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
Somebody
gotta
I
get
call.
don't know. Oh, go ahead.
I gotta get my peen. It's the your
That's
peen has been
me.
somewhere else. So I gotta find somebody that will be with me for a little bit of time
Let
and
me take a
pleasure me.
drink.
Pleasure me. I'm sorry. You found somebody that pleasured you. I have to find somebody that pleasures me. That's
What's
only
good for
fair.
the goose is good for
It,
the gander. If you can do it,
exactly.
I can
If
do
you
it
don't
too.
like if you don't like it, file for divorce. You
Period.
you file.
The door ain't moved.
The door didn't move. Say it again. The same door you cheated out of.
Take your ass on then.
Listen, to address the bonnet situation, I feel like I took a deep dive into Derrick Jaxn's wife's Instagram,
Mhm.
and for anyone who is like really following this situation, I would advise the same. Um, there were some very disturbing things that she revealed in previous
Yeah.
Instagram posts.
Ooh.
She said she went through someone's phone, but obviously we know it's Derrick Jaxn's phone, her husband's phone, and she found like pornographic videos of other women, and there were like dark skinned women, and she began to obsess over these women to the point where she said their secretions, whether this girl was a squirter or whatever, had her trying to figure out, okay, well, I don't squirt as much as she do,
And
so I'm not as good.
I can say,
And
not to cut you off,
mhm.
Siobhan, I can say that the whole dark skinned woman thing because I think she's about my complexion and the black community complexion plays a big part. And so you have men that want light skinned women, you have men that want dark skinned women, but where are the men that want women in between like myself? So
We ain't do shit to her.
she's a woman in between like myself. And so you'll have men that will put dark skinned women on this pedestal and light skinned women on this pedestal. Where does that leave a woman like myself? I hate that colorism is in our community, but it's there. We cannot lie. And so I've had men tell me if you were light skinned, I would have left you because of my attitude. Then I've had men that say, "Oh, you're not dark skinned enough. You're too bougie." Blah blah blah. And it's just, where's the line drawn? Like, why is it all about color? But I see what she's saying because I myself have become obsessed at times with dark skinned women because the men that I've dated, say in Texas, wanted these dark skinned, athletic looking Jackie Joyner Kersey women, and they weren't checking for me. So I can say something about that.
We ain't do shit to her.
Ma'am.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's a natural response when a woman is cheated on. What do we do? The first thing is you question yourself. Where am I lacking? What am I doing wrong? What do I need to be like this woman who he is lusting after and cheating with? That is a natural response.
Don't you hate in our community though? It deals with colorism, whereas a white man, they don't have to deal with this whole colorism. But in our community, it's colorism. There's light skin, dark skin, and there's women that are in between. Can y'all acknowledge that though?
I agree, but I'll say one thing. I had to learn the hard. So when I went to counseling when I was cheated on, and we literally sat and none of the women looked like me. They were much bigger, but he told me I gained too much weight, so I was confused. And it's not funny, but
no, I'm confused too, because it's like if you telling me I done gained too much weight, but you didn't.
I was feeling like I was like too skinny or everything, because every woman he cheated on me was very, very big. So, but he told me I gained too much weight, and mentally it did mess with me. I have to be honest, it mentally messed with me, because I'm like, well, what's going on? And we literally sat in front of a counselor, and they asked him, why did you cheat? And he literally said he had no reason to. That's when I realized myself, it does not matter sometimes what you do. If someone wants to cheat, they want to cheat. And I'm not gonna lie, I was downplaying myself. I was trying to figure out, oh my goodness, what did you do so wrong? Did you not do this? Did you not cook enough? Was you not doing having enough sex? I was mentally boggled by this. But when somebody tells a marriage counselor, oh, I don't even have no reason to, then you have to sometimes realize it doesn't matter what you do as a woman or a man, because women cheat too. Sometimes if someone wants to cheat, they just going to do it. And I don't think a lot of people realize that if you want to cheat, you're going to do it regardless of what the person is doing, what the person is saying, or what the person is physically doing to you. If you want to do it, you're going to do it.
Yes, I agree. And DJ said dark-skinned men just got appreciated. The pretty light-skinned guys like Burton Kennard ran the game for decades. Laugh out loud. First said, laugh out loud. We had a nice run. And we'll be back, DJ. Laugh out loud. But with women, can y'all say this for women though? When it comes to our color, light-skinned women are always put up on a pedestal. It's no, oh, well, light-skinned women are in, dark-skinned women are in. It's just light-skinned women are always put on this pedestal. Can y'all agree with that?
These are the facts. Agreed. 100%.
When is that going to change? I think that's more so in the Black community. White folks don't care. You just Black. Like,
I know white folks don't care, because I've had plenty of white men come to me. One tried to invite me to his lake house, and I felt like I was going to be on the ID channel. Like, why are you trying to invite me to Lake Lanier? But no, black men for some reason have these distinctions.
Color complex, yes.
Yeah, white men, Latino men, they don't care what we look like. They is all in for black women. They like the curves, so they're all into what we look like.
They want a woman.
But it's black men that separate us based off of color.
It is.
Bree said, I feel you, Hannah. DJ said, I think that the narrative has changed though. Men just like beautiful women. But no, it has not changed. I don't feel like it's changed. If you look
too.
Yeah, if you look
in Philadelphia, men are very hard on dark-skinned women. Like very. I think it really depends on and it's weird because Candace, you would be more accepted in Philadelphia because they say light-skinned women has light-skin syndrome, whatever that means. And
not a disorder, not a syndrome.
Yes, they'll be like, oh, you acting real light-skinned, whatever that means. Like, okay.
But the thing is though, Hannah, I'm not light-skinned. I am just.
But I said you would be more accepted.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I've been told, oh, you cute to be dark-skinned. What the hell does that mean?
Well,
really think about that sentence that you formed.
Well, that's
what does that mean?
On my YouTube channel, I've been told that I was safe brown. So the fact that they
brown.
do that to us
Wait,
as black
safe,
women,
safe brown.
I was safe brown.
And what does that mean?
And what's the opposite of it? What?
Right? Turquoise.
Unsafe at
Brown.
risk
I'm unsafe
life.
brown?
Like what?
At
At
risk.
risk brown?
DJ said, "All of you are beautiful, respectfully." Thank you, DJ.
Thank you,
Thank you,
DJ.
DJ.
In all our shades, because black women, we come in a lot of shades. My daughter,
Yes.
I have a daughter that's yellow and I have a brown daughter. And so I want them to be treated equally. We are
Absolutely.
all beautiful. And I just hope that growing up that changes, because with black men, I feel like black men are accepted by everybody. It don't matter what
They
they look
are.
like.
Yeah.
They
They,
are.
they can be light skinned, they can be dark skinned. All women are checking for y'all. All women.
Facts.
We trying to see what y'all working with, how you work the middle.
Okay.
Everybody put on gray sweatpants right now.
Yes.
Not mine. Don't put on no gray.
Oh, my cousin Kenny said black women are beautiful in all shades. Thank you, Kenny.
Thank you, Kenny.
I wish more people thought like that, because I actually respect all shades of brown. Like, I feel like we all are beautiful, and I don't think it's sad that enough of us don't respect us enough, because we have so many other races just want to be what we are naturally born with. Like, if we could just respect and appreciate what we're born with, it will be so much better. But we have white women who try to have our curves, our lips, everything, and we don't embrace us enough to respect what we're God given. Like, this is us.
Can I say this? It's not too cold for sweats.
Everything.
DJ, if you wear long johns, they still make long johns underwear. You can wear your long
long johns.
Go ahead and wear your sweats, DJ.
I'm done for the night when you said the long johns.
But yes, I'm gonna go ahead and end it. We've been on for an hour and 46 minutes. This was a good show. I enjoyed y'all. I really enjoyed y'all. So I want to get final thoughts. Let me see if I can find my final thoughts. So final thoughts, Hannah, what are your final thoughts on everything?
My final thoughts is I respect each and every one beautiful woman on this platform tonight. I respect that we embrace and self-love ourselves, that we can give our own opinions and be happy in the form of woman that we are. I also say Derrick Jaxn is not sugar honey iced tea, and I've been saying that since 2017. Happy he's been exposed. I also feel as though no matter what was said, I really feel like our own life experiences will teach us more than anybody else can give us any type of relationship or guidance advice, because us as women, men, humans, we know our own self and we know our own self-worth.
Thank you. Keita, what are your final thoughts?
Definitely enjoy being on here tonight with you guys. Thank you for inviting me. Definitely got to do another trip soon. For Melody, I'm definitely proud for her to move forward. And I definitely agree with, Hannah, what she said. You definitely have to look at your life and on an individual basis and guide it accordingly. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing that anybody else can tell you. They can give you advice, as Brittany said, but experience is ultimately the best teacher. So Derrick Jaxn, kick rocks. I hope he doesn't survive the storm.
Thank you. Brittany, what are your final thoughts?
As one of my eyes are lazy and the other one is fine.
I can't.
1.5 mugs of drink. I appreciate you letting me be on this show. First of all, I just want to say, ladies, men, human, protect your peace. Protect your peace is one thing that you can protect, and you can, whatever. And Derrick Jaxn, he can kick rocks. Melody, kudos to your girlfriend. And that's all. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Brittany. Siobhan. Your final thoughts?
Yes, final thoughts. Okay, so Derrick Jaxn is a sociopathic narcissist. The fact that he did a reaction video to he and his wife, his apology video, that proved it. I definitely want people out here to love themselves because self-love is the best love. And definitely I feel like men and women alike, we should be striving to be our better selves each and every day. And I appreciate you having me on the show. I've enjoyed it every moment. And like I said, self-love is the best love.
Yes. So my final thoughts, I want to thank all these beautiful ladies for coming on my show. We definitely got to do another trip. My birthday, Memorial Day, actually the weekend before Memorial Day, I think I'm going to rent something in Miami. So I'm going to extend the invitation to all these ladies, including my best friend, Kanea. But yeah, I'm all for the girls. I'm a girly girl. So I kick it with the girls. That's what I do every day. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the Candy Shop. I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Fuck Derrick Jaxn. Good night.
Good night.
Not F. Candace, you ain't ended.